Hello, my name is Julie. Welcome to my channel. You're watching Treasures Made from Yarn. And it's time for an update on all the projects I have been working on, which ones I finished, which ones I started some new ones, and ones I got done, and ones I haven't touched. So, well, let's start with the ones I got finished. These are for the Bod Hat Palooza that is hosted by Laura over at Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming. And both of these hats look nothing like her hat. We did some definitely changed it up quite a bit. First one's right over here. I made a little one that fits a doll size one. And that turned out super cute. Yeah, very nice. I considered making I usually make another bod buddy for the hat. I might still do that in the future. But I don't know, this hat looks cute on this doll. Very cute. I'm going to put it back up here without knocking everything else over. Okay. This other hat, you probably, if you've seen my last video, you've seen this hat already. Actually, I didn't start out as a bod hat. I was just going to make a single crochet hat, and then partway down I decided let's throw in the houndstooth. So this is made from the leftover yarn I had from the cardigan, which I finished for the Mystery Yarn Challenge. It's hosted by Lori at Armchair Chef. Now you've seen that I had a bill, my end of the bill is folded and it's still folded up. I need to block that, but I decided, hey, let's see if adding Handmade with Love tag puts that fold down a little bit. It does, a little bit. Plus it gives it a little character. Okay, I'm going to throw the hat on. Yeah, it kind of helps a little bit, but it's still kind of, it still kind of likes to fold up there, but that's okay. It looks kind of cute, the bill. So that is what I got finished. No, I got more stuff. I got one of the pairs of slippers is finished. I made these in a size 10 men's, and I really probably need to work because this is my most, I just dropped the slipper. These are my most popular pattern, but I now altered it to make it bigger. So I need to get that out there in the internet because people will probably want a bigger size of my most popular slipper pattern. So I will leave that link in the description. Now if you want to try to make them bigger, I think the two things I'll tell you that I added. I went to a slightly bigger hook size and I increased it 4 stitches. I did an increase of 4 more stitches. After the first, the third row was increasing 4 more times, adding 4 more stitches to each one. That's just a little slight breakdown, but yeah, these turned out pretty good. I was probably either donate these or bring them to my church. Someone had initially came to me with wanting slippers for a size 10 men's. They have since received other slippers, so but we'll see if they still want these. And speaking of slippers, I made some progress on other slippers that I'm probably going to give my son. Alright. The one slipper is done, so it's just, yeah, that's just basic single crochet back and forth, but oh, it turned out pretty decent. So that's one slipper. And I'm just still working. Oh, that was mine. I'm still working. And this is the second one that we have started. Grab my hook. Alright. A couple new projects in here. I want to get this first sock done. This is actually going to be a pair of socks. They're tube socks, and they're my Ripple tube socks. So what we do, we make the chevron long enough, we're going to seam it and then put a toe on the end, and they're tube socks. So I had a pattern out for a while for that, and my plan is to do a tutorial on those socks, but I want to get the first one done first, or at least to the point where it's time to sew this seam up for the sock and put the toe on. So that's what this is. Okay, I'm using, yeah, it's not this color, but I'm using that kind of yarn for this sock. Here's a new one. There's two of these. I think I was debating, yeah, I think I'll do a things we're making Thursday. And I got 2 projects right now for that, and I will save those for that. I think just, okay, this one, I have this, speaking of socks, I haven't touched it. I haven't touched it this week. So it's still sitting in there. That's usually how sock projects used to go. They would sit for a while, and then I was like, okay, let's get this done, and then just do it. Try not to make a mess here. This is the one I started when I thought things were making Thursday was going to be a granny square. So that's this. That's what this is. So this is either going to be held off. I probably won't gradually work on this until it gets closer to granny square month. Or there's a wearable one for June. So that could be this too. I could finish that up for this because it's going to be a poncho. And now, speaking of ponchos, I started another one with this concept, but they're not granny squares. All right, just grabbing things. I got all my projects in bags next to me, so it looks like I'm bending over grabbing that. All right, I am using this Moreo Mist I got in a mystery package. And we are now making same as the one I just showed you, except instead of granny squares, they're double crochet chain 1. And I think this will look pretty cool when it's done. Now I'm thinking, because it's kind of red, and I don't know if you're Christian, but Pentecost is coming up. Oh, I got an itch. Pentecost is coming up. I kind of want to get this done because it's kind of that reddish fire color. Probably closer to orangish, but I kind of want to get this done by Pentecost, which is in a couple weeks. And I think I'm starting to run out of the 1 ball of this, and I think I have like 3 balls left of this. I'm hoping there's enough to make it poncho size. Yeah, kind of like this. So I'm kind of working on this one at work, so I'm kind of, until my mystery yarn package gets here, I'll probably work predominantly on this one. If you see my mystery, I plan on sending out yarn and receiving yarn for my mystery yarn challenge. So once that gets here, I'll have to get that one done in about a month-ish. Try to put this back. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, 2 other projects, a couple more I haven't touched. One I got in here is a scrap yarn blanket, which I had started thinking I would get done in February for blanket month. Yeah, that's, hopefully I'm not going to get too tangled of a mess, but yeah. I'm starting to feel when it gets close for Stash Down 2024, hosted by Bridget over at Queen's Craft by Bridget. This could be, hey, I've got to use up a bunch of my stash yarn and I can throw it into this blanket. I have to try to keep similar yarns in the blanket, but yeah, this could be very interesting blanket. Oh, the other one's over here. This is the one I'm using, the Furryline yarn, the knitted shawl. So yeah, I haven't touched this in a while, in a bit. So that is that one. Of course, I got the temperature project The year-long temperature scarf using the chevron stitch. And yeah, it's getting to be pretty. This might be a pretty long scarf, but there we are. We're like in the there's a the lows were 50s, and then we're in the 60s and 70s. I think for a bit. Yeah, that is how that's progressing along. It says it's getting to be too long to show on camera. Where's the year going? It's like, we're almost done with April. I'm gonna get into May pretty soon. And then we'll give a judge like this is, yeah, we're not halfway through we're not even halfway through the year. I think we're gonna be it's gonna be a pretty long scarf. Plus I added the dividers in it now for the months. You can see any brown in it, that's where the months divide. But you gotta remember to do that. I think the month is ending very quickly. There are a couple of times I'm like, ooh, don't forget to add the divider color, which is this one, which has the browns in it. Alright, that is it. And that's enough babbling, and it's probably time for me. I'm recording this video just before going to work, so if you did like this video, please get a like. Want to see more content like this, or want to see any more of my tutorials or other stuff I got going on this channel, please subscribe. And I want to thank you always for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye now.